Okay, this is Sister Wives, Season 13, Episode 3, Kody Wants Out. I'm going to declare this the most interesting episode of the season. What did you think?
It was awful. Painful to watch.
But there was less about Kody and there was more.
No one.
The Aspen and Mitch thing I actually thought was interesting. The Isabel situation is infuriating. Yay! The B&B grand opening. Anyway, let's just go in order.
So, Kody loses his clothes, so, I mean, come on. How many wives does he have at this point?
John.
3 or 4?
Where are you going with this?
Just designate one of them. Hey, woman, take care of my laundry. And just have it be that one wife. I mean, come on. You got them all. Use them. Anyway.
It's terrible, but I'm not going to say anything to defend Kody. But anyway, so people wanted me to point out that Kody's hair is terrible. I agree. I don't think it needs to be said because it's so obvious to anyone with eyeballs. But yes, everyone's like, oh my gosh, Kody's hair. And I'm like, yeah, it is pretty hideous. So Mitch and Aspen, they've been dating for 9 months. He moves down. They're living with Maddie. I would love to see more of Maddie and Caleb, but it's like Kody saw how much people are interested in them and was like, no more. Out. And the baby, oh, so cute. So they're asking more, you can be polygamous, and I am not comfortable with Mitch's answer. He's like, well, probably not, but I guess if we did, and it's like, and the whole time, no, that's not for you, baby. The whole time, Aspen's on the side going. So I hope it has not become an issue for them. That would be really sad.
He's going to die of congestive heart failure. I mean, he's huge.
It's not, the girls definitely do seem to have a type. But I don't think he's that big.
He's a pretty big dude.
I don't know. Anyway. And then the whole Isabel thing. So anyway, I found that the whole wedding thing more interesting than anything else we've seen, except it has to be the Kody show, and I realize why it's so annoying and why people on the outside, even though the wives are like, well, it is totally fair, 50-50, blah, 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 we're all equal partners, is that no, it isn't, because in every single decision the family makes, Kody gets a 50% vote. And so that's every single interaction, and I guess I don't need to tell you that, because so far, as near as I've seen, for every 1 billion people who are like, Kody's a jerk, there's one who's like, he is such a great husband. And I feel like going, oh man, I don't know what you got going on in your life, but if you think that's a great man, you need to step it up, because I'm sorry, something's going wrong. And then there's the whole thing with Isabel, and he's like, I don't want to go to the doctor anymore. In my gut, I just don't think surgery is the right answer. And it's like, oh, well, thank you, Dr. Gut. I'm glad that you and your 8 years of medical school and 4 years of specialization is better than this doctor, you know, and they have her like guilted into that these exercises are going to do it. And they go and they get good news, which is that it has not progressed. So as of right now, they don't need to have surgery. And the fact that it slowed down is also a good sign. And then, and the doctor, any doctor, like no doctor can say, well, we don't need surgery now and you never will need surgery, because that's irresponsible. Because what if they stop getting it checked up and then she does need surgery and then they're liable and stuff. And so, but Kody's takeaway was the doctor still wants to do surgery. That's not what the doctor said. The doctor says he would do surgery if surgery is necessary. So, no. E? See, that's his counting, just so you know. So anyway, they go to Dr. Camp. So that was just infuriating, where he's like, that's just not going to happen. And that was all interesting. Then we go to the B&B grand opening. And this is my thing, okay?
What's your thing?
Is Mary really still a polygamist? She's not legally married to Kody. At some point, they admitted that they weren't intimate, and I think at some point he even admitted that he didn't go over and stay with her anymore. Or did he admit that, or did he just admit that they hadn't been? I feel like they admitted it somewhere, and Mary was really embarrassed that he outed that they had not been intimate together in a while. So from Utah's point of view, is she even a polygamist anymore? I don't know. I mean, I know they would because it's a spiritual thing, and so it's it's more than just that kind of stuff. So they do the B&B grand opening. I'm really glad that she's happy. Mariah kind of had a weird, like she went out of her way to affirm that it wasn't her dream. So it was a little weird. Like, okay, well,
she lives in the Kody show. So maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, and now we get the rumblings that he's so unhappy in Vegas. He's so unhappy. And every time they show that promo where he's like, at some point I'm going to lead, and they're not going to want to follow, but they're going to have to. And I just want to punch him in his big stupid face. Every time. Every time. So anyway, no, sweetheart. This episode did not rile me up as much as virtually every other episode because we got to see nice stuff. Like Aspen seems like a lovely person, and it was nice to see that the moms were all kind of like, hey, this is not. I know this looks more expensive, but it's the same, and to me it makes sense that Mary's kind of hanging back because she's trying to kind of respect that she's not the bride's mom. So now's not the time for her to give a ton of opinions. Although I will tell you, you go back 8 years and she had an opinion on everything. So I don't know whether that's like growth or whether that's just she knows that her opinion isn't wanted. I don't know. But there you go. We'll catch you later.